Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Splurge. I'm Leif Bakken.
And I'm Anthony Battle.
And this is the sports show we've been having on our Mondays, starting now. And obviously also the show where we don't shave or cut our hair.
All right.
But Anthony, we've got some Minot State stuff. Our special guest Brileigh Boyce on today for debate and discussion. And then NHL, NBA, and NCAA basketball schedule coming up at the end. Right. So what do you have for Minot State today?
I got some Minot State wrestling as it was senior night, and then I got some Minot State baseball.
All right.
Well, it was senior night for the Beavers wrestling team last Wednesday versus Northern State. The Beavers had a close win at 141 pounds, and Marcus Polak, the lone senior, was up. But before the matches started, there was already fireworks. As Marcus proposed to his girlfriend, now fiancee Jessica Miller. He then started his final home match and won a close one, picking up his 67th career victory, 7th most in school history. After that, Carlos won 4-3, and Mitchell, the Mule Yule, got a forfeit, but it was not enough as Northern State won the meet as the Beavers fall to 4-14 on the year. They will be back in action Friday at the NCAA Super Regional 3 individual tournament trying to qualify for nationals. Minot State baseball headed to Utah this weekend for a couple doubleheaders on Friday and Saturday. They dropped the game one of the four in Utah 14-9 versus St. Martin's. They had 6 more hits than their opponent, but still fell short. Their next game was versus Dixie State, where the Beavers lost 11-6. On Saturday, they had a doubleheader versus St. Martin's only, where they won the first game with big bats, 26-8. But then lost the next one 17-12 in a highly offensive game. Minot State will play in the Tucson Invitational in Arizona on March 16th against Northern State in a non-conference meet. So that's all I have. Leif, what do you got for us?
Well, I've got basketball, as we start to close out wrestling and start off baseball. But basketball also starting to close out as Beaver basketball was in action for their final week of regular season games and senior weekend. Minot State was successful Friday night against St. Cloud as the women's team won by 10, 73-63, and the men's team won 97-89. Sarah Lester had the game high with 30 points and 71% shooting, and Nate Mertens for the men with 24 points and 90% from the field. The women's team was unable to carry the power into senior Saturday night when Duluth came to town. The women's team stuck with the Bulldogs until the fourth quarter, and the Bulldogs won 53-67. Minot State University enters the NSIC tournament in the 6th position to take on Augustana Wednesday night. The men's team had the seniors go out with a big one over the Bulldogs, 90-82. With 2 wins on the weekend, the Beavers slide into the 5th seed and travel to number 4 Winona State to take on the Warriors. Game time for the women is 6 and 8 for the men. Wednesday night again is the day, and you can listen to it on KCJB 9:10 a.m. and MSUBeavers.com. So again, basketball starting to close out with their tournament.
That's right.
Wrestling going to the Super Regional in Sioux Falls this weekend, and baseball and softball starting to kick things off.
That's right, and then we got softball this weekend. They're heading to St. Cloud State for their non-conference openers as well, and then wrestling's done. We got basketball pretty much done, and now we're kicking it off with our spring sports of baseball and track. You can't forget them. Track is going to the NSIC region as well, and then they got
their outdoor season will start. Yeah, so they'll be in Mankato this weekend for the indoor conference. So good luck to them.
And they're trying to qualify for nationals.
Again, NSIC tournament happening for basketball on Wednesday for first round. And we'll see if the Beavers can advance to the second round in Sioux Falls.
And then wrestling will be in Sioux Falls, trying to qualify for some nationals.
Sioux Falls seems to be the hub for sports for this postseason.
Sports.
Yeah,
D2
sports.
And I think they got, Wrestling National Championship is also there as well. So if any of our Beavers qualify, they can head on over to Sioux Falls, which is right there again.
Yeah, it's not a huge drive for Minot. Actually,
No.
I was talking to somebody about this. Where I live, and cameraman Matt Huffman can attest to this, that where we live, it takes like 9 hours to get to Sioux Falls, but and Minot is further north, but it takes like 7 hours to get there, mostly because of the great highway system the United States has, highways and interstates, where we have to drive on back roads and country roads to figure out what we're doing.
That's true. But, it's better than the Mankato drive. I can tell you that for the wrestling thing, because we took vans for that one, so I'm sure the guys will be glad to take a bus and only be driving, what, like 5, 6, 7, you said 7 hours to Sioux Falls? Yeah, not even bad at all.
So baseball and softball getting underway as everything else starts to close out for the winter. We'll be back with Brileigh Boyce and the debate and discussion portion. Our special volleyball player will be talking lots of volleyball. So we'll be back here on the Sports Splurge. We'll take it to our underwriters.
All American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Located on South Broadway.
Artman, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies. Located at 13th Main Street, South Minot.
Badlands Grill, featuring steak, seafood, chicken, pasta, and classic comfort food. At Badlands, everyone is welcome.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience where everyone is a VIP. BW&R goes way beyond just Buffalo Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, and sports. Located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
Center for Extended Learning, reaching across the state of North Dakota and beyond. The Minot State University Center for Extended Learning empowers you to choose your educational path.
Digital Office Center. Technology solutions for every business need. Located in Minot and Bismarck.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican cuisine, fresh and fast. Fiance Bridal, located in downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
iHeartMedia, providing multi-platform advertising and marketing opportunities for partners and world-class entertainment for listeners.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMA, Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
KYYZ, FM 97 kicks today's hot new country.
KZTR FM 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
MSU's Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State. Enjoy. We'll see you at the theater.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
Minot Plumbing, from winter chills through the dog days of summer. Our primary goal at Minot Plumbing and Heating is to keep your home comfortable for you and your family.
Pepsi, the local Pepsi-Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas in Minot, Dickinson, Devil's Lake, and Bottineau.
Pita Pit, fresh thinking, healthy eating, located on South Broadway.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast, mixing Mexican and Western flavor.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agencies handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com. Watney Realtors Cary Montoya, located on Northwest Broadway. Welcome back to the Sports Splurge. We've got Brileigh Boyce, a volleyball player here at Minot State University. Thank you for joining us on the Sports Splurge today, Brileigh.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Bri.
You're welcome.
We've got a lot of things to talk about coming up in debate and discussion, but let's start with talking to you, Brileigh, about what things are looking like for the volleyball team. I hear you've got a new coach coming in as the last one left. Talk about that a little bit and talk about kind of the drop-off that kind of happened with the volleyball team.
Well, that's kind of the huge talk of the town, and I remember one of the football players coming up to me saying, "Oh, when I first got here, volleyball was the first thing that was mentioned. What happened to your team?" And a lot of people graduated, and also half of the team left for personal reasons. And we actually have a new assistant coach coming in tonight. She's flying in at 9 o'clock. Her name is Mika. She's from Canada. And actually one of my teammates now played against her. And so she's kind of young. She's about 24, 25. And so we have her coming in tonight. And then Ben Cazzetta is going in on his second year coaching, like for this semester. So and we have 3 returners, me and 2 freshmen, and then another one who had a kid and then came back, and then 2 transfers.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So how did you find, like, how long have you been playing volleyball, and then how did you get to finding Minot State and choosing Minot State, or how did they find you?
I've been playing volleyball all of my life, and competitively I started playing when I was 11, started playing club, and then Minot State found me my sophomore year, and I was like, oh, North Dakota, who cares about North Dakota? And then I kind of put that on the back burner, and I actually had 21 other offers, and I was born and raised in the South, moved to the West Coast to California, and then had offers from Howard University and Delaware State University. So I went there on my visits, and I didn't really like the East Coast, and so I was like, why not go up north? And so I did, and I like it up here, and I'm glad I made that decision.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting? Spring season is starting to approach, and I know you guys attend a few tournaments, or whatever you want to call them, matches. What's the outlook for that?
Well, we have our first tournament at Devil's Lake in a couple of weeks, and so we don't know how that's going to go because there's only 6 of us.
Okay.
Yeah, you need 6. Usually we want 7 for a libero to go in and out for defense, but we have 6, so we're gonna see how that goes. Yep, can only go up from here. So.
That's right. That's right. You guys had a little bit of a tough year last year, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, then it's only you can only look up from here. Keep working and chopping through.
Definitely.
What? I know you talked about some of the freshmen that are coming in, or were you talking about current freshmen, I guess? I know Coach Cassetta's did some recruiting on signing day. I saw he signed a 3 or 4, I don't remember now. But what are they looking like? Have you met them, I imagine, and looking promising for fall?
Yep, so he has 6 incoming freshmen, and he actually knew one from Michigan. And Janelle, who's on our team now, he coached her as well, and she's from Michigan. And so they're looking, I'm not sure how they'll really be with our team, just because they go just a different pace, and half of them are from Canada, and then I don't know, really just we'll see how it goes.
Just looking forward to seeing how it goes, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. And then off season, what have you guys been doing so far? Weight training?
Oh my goodness. So we get up at 5 every morning, and we've been having 6 a.m.s until 8 o'clock. And then we have weights in the afternoon. So it's been really tough, really, really tough, definitely.
Okay. And then, so you guys been doing weight training. Do you guys do any hitting or any setting, any of the things like that?
Hitting all day.
Hitting all day?
Like this morning, we hit for an hour and a half straight.
Okay. Do you guys work on any plays, or just that alone, just hitting?
Well, with 6 people, it's kind of hard for plays, but like we hit different like plays in our position, really. And then that's about it. A lot of conditioning.
Okay.
Well, with that, we thank you so much, Brileigh. Again, this is Debate and Discussion, the part of the show where we pull some things off of Twitter or some of the news outlets and talk about them a little bit. And since Brileigh is a volleyball player, we thought we'd try to focus things on volleyball a little bit. But I am not very well versed in volleyball. I don't know about Anthony. So one thing I think that I think it's a cool topic, and it's one of the fun events to watch, is the Summer Olympics coming up in Rio, Brazil. Brileigh, I imagine you watch the Olympics, and what do you enjoy more, watching the men's indoor or beach, or women's indoor or beach, or neither? You like watching something else?
I love watching all sports, really, especially track.
Same.
But for volleyball, I like watching indoor a lot. Beach, whenever they play doubles, it's not as, I don't know, like you don't really see as much digs or something. It's really just 2 people. And so it's a lot slower. But for indoor, I like watching men for sure, because they just crank it and they just go crazy, like all out. And of course, I love watching the women play as well. That's just awesome, seeing them go after everything and just letting them know that they're representing our country.
I think I would like to watch. I remember last time the Olympics watching the women's Brazil team, and they were getting it too. I know what you're saying, when they were spiking it hard, and I was really impressed about how hard they were hitting. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't know if I can do that. But obviously, I'm going to be watching wrestling, and I'm really excited for that because, it's always nice to be able to watch wrestling on the big stage.
Yeah, no kidding. I know, the Olympics are such a cool thing. I like watching both winter and summer.
Right.
I obviously like watching women's beach, but we won't get into that. I think that I at one point, if I should have quit football in high school and tried to get on the volleyball team just to see if it would have worked and see if I could have been a decent volleyball player. I'm not very tall, so I don't know how well that would have worked.
It's okay. I'm only 5'5.5", and I'm like the smallest hitter in our conference. But
you hit it with some force. I've seen it out there. Seen it out there, guys. I was cameraman, and I saw Brileigh killing it.
So you never know how your path can change if you would have made some other decisions. I could be an Olympian volleyball
Okay, let's not go
player.
there.
No, okay, all right. But Brileigh could if she works real hard here at Minot State. I'm sure some guys could be looking at her to go play some volleyball for the country.
Is like half a foot taller. But
all right. Well, we'll move on to our top 5 of the day. Our top 5 today is the NCAA volleyball. We'll be talking about them.
Well,
Number 1 is USC. Number 2 is Pepperdine. 3 is Hawaii. 4 is Long Beach. And 5 is Florida State. Anthony, before the show you were talking about maybe we were confused, but what have you been seeing in the volleyball world in college?
What I was confused by is I remember sitting at Buffalo Wings and Rings with my friend Jared. We were there for all-you-can-eat wings night, and then it was the finals, and it was Texas versus Minnesota. So unless those two teams came out of nowhere, I have no idea, but Texas came out as the national champ for NCAA this past year. So I don't know. Brileigh, do you know anything about that? Or
I definitely think that Texas should be on this
Yeah,
list.
okay, I was gonna say. I was like, Texas looked really dominant. I don't know. They look tough.
Yeah.
And all the girls were, like you said, really tall.
Yeah.
And they hit with some force.
Well, have you been watching these teams at all, Brileigh, to know anything about some of these teams?
Not lately, but I do know Hawaii, their defense is amazing. And then one of the Hawaii coach, Dave Shoji, his brother actually is a libero for Stanford.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, Hawaii has always been a force for sure. And Pepperdine has always been amazing. They're tall trees over there, too. All huge. USC, I can see why they could be ranked number 1 on there. And then Florida State and Long Beach has definitely had their players, too.
Right.
Well, that's kind of all we know on the volleyball side of things for the college. Moving on to something a little bit away from volleyball is Sports Center tweeting today, Kobe Bryant gave Chicago a fond farewell after his final game in the Windy City. Anthony, you and I have been talking about this quite a bit over the last few weeks. So
We'll kick it
Kobe
over to
Bryant,
first, though.
you
See
two,
what
what
she
do you
has.
think?
I know. Well, he's always been a legend, and he's awesome, and my dad has always loved him for sure, so of course I'm going to be like, oh, Kobe Bryant. And yeah, my dad's a huge Lakers fan, and so, I don't know, he's always been amazing and always, been a great role model for younger kids who play basketball, so it's sad to see him go, but completely understandable. I mean, his body can't physically keep going, and you've seen in his numbers how they've decreased whenever he's been playing that. It's his time to go, and so he was great while he lasted for sure.
Great, I agree with you. He's been definitely been around for a long time, and he's won his share of titles. And I think, like Brileigh said, it's his time to kind of just say it's time for him to hang up the shoes. I mean, I know it's sad that he's not going to be playing anymore. He's one of the greats, but I think it is his time. I think his body is just getting old. His game isn't what it used to be. Don't get me wrong, he's still a great player, but his farewell tour is almost done. He's got about 20, 30 more games left, and then it's about it. And then because the Lakers aren't making it to the postseason.
No. What? It'd be kind of funny or interesting, even though I don't think it would work out because you got old guys like Wilt, but to get some of these old retired guys to play basketball again against each other, just televise a little scrimmage going on. Yeah. But thank you very much, Brileigh.
Thank you, Brileigh.
Brileigh Boyce here from the volleyball team at Minot State. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Sports Splurge and on Facebook at the Sports Splurge there. We'll be back with your professional scores coming up on the Sports Splurge. Now to our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Located on South Broadway.
Artman, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies. Located at 13th Main Street, South Minot.
Badlands Grill, featuring steak, seafood, chicken, pasta, and classic comfort food. At Badlands, everyone is welcome.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience where everyone is a VIP. BWR goes way beyond just Buffalo Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, and sports. Located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
Center for Extended Learning, reaching across the state of North Dakota and beyond. The Minot State University Center for Extended Learning empowers you to choose your educational path.
Digital Office Center. Technology solutions for every business need. Located in Minot and Bismarck.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican cuisine, fresh and fast. Fiance Bridal, located in downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
iHeartMedia, providing multi-platform advertising and marketing opportunities for partners and world-class entertainment for listeners.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ-FM, Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMA, Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
KYYZ, FM 97 kicks today's hot new country.
KZTR FM 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
MSU's Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State. Enjoy. We'll see you at the theater.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
Minot Plumbing, from winter chills through the dog days of summer. Our primary goal at Minot Plumbing and Heating is to keep your home comfortable for you and your family.
Pepsi, the local Pepsi-Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas in Minot, Dickinson, Devil's Lake, and Bottineau.
Pita Pit, fresh thinking, healthy eating, located on South Broadway.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Red Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast, mixing Mexican and Western flavor.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agencies handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com. Watney Realtors Carrie Montoya, located on Northwest Broadway. Welcome back to the Sports Splurge. I'm Leif Bakken.
And I'm Anthony Battle.
And it's time for our pro schedule. Coming up for tonight's games, we've got the NHL, the NBA, and the NCAA basketball. Not that all NCAA basketball isn't important, but we've got the most important games for you.
That is true.
So we'll start with the NHL. 2 games starting at 6 o'clock tonight. Blue Jackets versus the Bruins, and the Coyotes will be taking on the Capitals. Predators versus the Canadiens at 6:30. Why do they spell Canadians with an E in that?
I don't know.
I'm going to look
The
into that for next
Montreal
week.
Canadiens.
Next week, someone post on Facebook. Someone remind me next week to look that up. And then the Sharks versus the Blues happening at 7 tonight. I'm thinking the Bruins are going to take on the Blue Jackets.
I'm going to go Bruins with you on that.
And Coyotes have been doing pretty well, so we'll go Coyotes over the Capitals. Predators and Canadiens. Again, Predators. You got to pick the one that's like the prey. Like, so does that mean the Sharks will beat the Blues?
I like the
Predators,
Sharks,
that's what I
Blues, because I like the Sharks name. Like, I always found it cool that someone called their team name the Sharks. I was like, oh, cool. But hey, I'll go with you on the Predators versus Canadiens ones as well. And then we get some NBA scores?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So we got the Pistons versus the Cavaliers at 6. Toronto versus New York at 6:30. Pacers versus Heat at 6:30. Boston versus Minnesota at 7. Los Angeles Lakers versus the Milwaukee Bucks at 7 as well. Golden State versus Atlanta at 7. And last but not least, Phoenix versus the Los Angeles Clippers at 9:30.
Clippers? Clippers, you said? No, okay. But Well, how are things looking? I don't pay enough attention to the
All right,
NBA.
so
I need to pay way more
Pistons versus
attention.
Cavaliers. Pistons are actually pretty good. They're doing pretty good this year so far. And the Cavs, obviously, they're still number 1 in the East. So
Right.
it's kind of a toss-up. I'm going to let you pick whichever one you guys think first.
Oh, I kind of like the Pistons.
You want to go Pistons?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Pistons.
That's not bad. I'm going to go Cavs, Toronto versus New York. Raptors second in the East right now. What do you think? Versus the New York Knicks.
Probably Toronto then. I guess, like I said, I
Yeah.
don't follow this close
I
enough.
agree with you on that one. Toronto looking pretty good. Then you got Pacers versus Heat. That's a good toss-up game.
I think Heat.
Heat? I'm gonna go with Heat with you. And then Boston versus Minnesota, the T-Wolves. You think they
Oh,
can
I
do
always
it?
go with the T-Wolves.
You always go with the T-Wolves? I'm gonna go Boston. Then the Lakers, Kobe Bryant versus Milwaukee and the Bucks.
Lakers.
Lakers? You think they're gonna win one finally? No,
I
just kidding.
think they'll win one finally. Yeah.
I'll go with Milwaukee on that one. Golden State versus Atlanta. I'm gonna go Golden State for sure.
All right. I'll
They're
agree
on
Oh,
with you
fire.
on that one.
They are 45 and I think 4 right now, or 5. 45 and 5.
Yeah, 45-5. I just
So
saw
they're
that
5 away. If they lose 6 games though, they will not be able to tie the record. So.
one. Oh,
And then you got Phoenix versus the Clippers in the last game. I'm gonna go Clips.
I'm just gonna go with Phoenix just to contradict you.
That's fine. And then
Well,
we got some
on to
NCAA
the,
basketball.
yeah, college basketball. 3 big games going on tonight. 2 of them at 6 and 1 at 8 o'clock. Texas versus Kansas State is going to be one of the first ones. Virginia versus Miami, also at 6. And the 8 o'clock game is Iowa State versus West Virginia. And you were telling me before, I missed it, that these guys are ranked.
So the only team not ranked that's playing is Kansas State, but the Texas versus Kansas State game still has implications for the Big 12 tournament and for just to try to make it into the NCAA tournament for Texas to get a good seed. And I think Kansas State might be on the bubble. I'm not too sure on that. And then you got Virginia versus Miami, and this is for Virginia to try to earn that 1 seed if they can win against Miami, who's ranked 12 right now. And that number 1 seed will be huge in the NCAA tournament for them. And then Miami's obviously trying to get a nice seed, about a 4 or 5 seed for them. And then last but not least, you got Iowa State versus West Virginia. Both of them 12 and 17, I think, was their rankings. And both of them trying to inch their way into the NCAA tournament. With you want a good seeding, because obviously you don't want to be one of those 14, 15. Although they've made it far before, but you don't want to be back there.
Right.
You get the hard way.
That's one thing that we're going to have to start looking at a little closer as we continue on with the Sports Splurge, looking into the March Madness bracket and maybe come up with some either predictions or how the bracket's starting to pan out as we go along.
Maybe we should start building our own brackets of our own.
Yeah, and then
post it on
that's
the
going
green
to be
screen?
fun. Maybe
Maybe we
we'll
should
use our green screen and see if we can make the brackets work. That's going to be lots of
All
fun.
right, I
We've
think
got a
we will.
lot of great things for this show. Hopefully, as long
Coming
as
up
everybody's
soon.
enjoying the show, if we get a call or a post that says we don't like you guys, well then I guess we'll shut down shop. I don't know, but. No, I'm really looking forward to March Madness. I really
love
like college basketball.
March Madness is always fun. And then you get the NBA season. It's halfway season is over now. It's starting to wind down, and coming in May, June time. That's when NBA finals and all the other good stuff starts to happen. And the NHL, I know that's in the summertime as well. So
Right.
that'll be starting to wind down. And then MLB,
We'll
coming
start
up,
talking
spring training.
baseball. Hopefully, maybe next week we'll see if everything pans out. We'll start talking a little baseball, a little bit of hockey maybe, as things just keep going along. But don't forget that Beaver basketball is on Wednesday night. Women at 6 against Augustana, men at 8
And you got
against Winona.
Friday wrestling for Beavers, and Saturday track and field for the Beavers. And then follow and like it. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
And it looks like that's all we've got for the Sports Splurge. I'm Leif Bakken.
And I'm Anthony Battle.
Have a great afternoon.
Stay frosty, Minot.